Et bonjour, bienvenue, on est sur un nouveau jeu The Council avec votre streamer Ryu, qui n'est pas du tout fatigué mais en pleine forme, vous n'avez pas idée. Je ne sors pas du tout d'un live de 25 heures. On va attaquer ce magnifique jeu The Council dans la forme et l'énergie. C'est parti. Et je mets le chat, pardon. Hop, voilà, vous avez le chat de Twitch. Twitch, n'hésitez pas à dire bonjour à YouTube. YouTube, on vient sur Twitch et on claque son prime. S'abonne et le follow et les pouces et les abonnements et tout. Je le mérite. Mince, hein, après toutes ces heures. Sauvegarde, c'est en place. Oula, doucement. Ok, on a droit à 3 sauvegardes différentes. Les gens, je ne connais pas le jeu. Pas du tout. J'ai même pas vu une vidéo, une bande-annonce. Et qui dit, tu te tiens prête hein, tout à l'heure. Hein. On va warzoner. Hein. Cet emplacement de vie, vous pouvez commencer une nouvelle partie. Dessus, voilà, nouvelle partie, option. Ouh là là, c'est gros et fort. Doucement là. Ouais, c'est fort en soi. Hein. On va le calmer là. À gauche, je te dis. Les voix peut-être pas. Voilà, musique, oui. Sous-titres activés, ouais. On va mettre comme ça pour voir si c'est pas trop fort. Ouais, peut-être. Mais c'est super fort en fait. Voilà. Voilà, c'est bon. Ouais, c'est pas trop mal là. Je vais baisser un peu de l'autre côté d'OBS. Voilà. Nickel, ça devrait être bien là. Ça devrait être bien. Retour. Contrôle. Oh là là, doucement la cam. Voilà. C'est super fort quand même. Ah mais c'est peut-être in-game. Je fais peut-être de la merde là. Bon, c'est pas grave. Okay. Hop. Paramètres vidéo. Blablabla. Maximum. Dégage-moi ça. Verrouillage 30 FPS, mais jamais. Ma synchro, elle va peut-être me le faire à mes 120 FPS de toute façon. Donc ouais, je peux le laisser, ça c'est bon. Ok, on est bon. C'est en maximum, les gens. Qualité maximum. À toutes, des bisous qui dit à tout à l'heure. Et bon amusement avec ton neveu. Je peux pas donner plus d'énergie. Des bisous. Nouvelle partie. On est parti. Les gens. La France. Ow.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
C'est sa mère.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk.
Ah.
You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
Finish.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Oh.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Oh,
Von
la
Burchard!
batterie.
Von Burchard! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Oh, agir ou faire confiance. On fait confiance à la madre. Après, elle a plus l'air toute jeune. Hein. Est-ce qu'elle va résister face à ce gaillard là? Ou est-ce que je m'en occupe moi-même hein? La maman, on va enlever de lui faire confiance un peu, non? On a tout le temps, il n'y a pas de chrono? Oh, c'est génial. Oh, il n'y a pas de chrono. Il n'y a pas le chrono, les gens. C'est bien, ça. C'est là, vous voyez, que j'aimerais qu'on lance les votes constamment. Mais il faut qu'on soit un peu plus. Lilou, tu racontes rien. Pas de spoil. Rien du tout. Ok, hein? Rien. Au début, je pense que je vais faire confiance à la maman. Allez, c'est parti. Je me gère un peu tout seul. Pour le moment.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Oh yes! Don't move, man. Oui, bah bien sûr, une dague, un gun. Quand même, fais pas le malin là.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No, even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to Von Burchard.
Mort de rire. Il ouvre les yeux là. Putain. On peut pas le mettre en français, hein, c'est le jeu. Je crois pas. Hein. J'ai à peine que Nono soit pas là, tu vois, pour voir ça. Elle qui est friande des jeux comme ça qu'on puisse avoir à faire ensemble.
Well done.
Une larme pour elle qui est au
You
boulot.
just had to pick up Von Burchard's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
C'est bien. Épisode 1.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without.
I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing.
Eh
Perhaps we
ben,
have some
magnifique.
common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Lord Mortimer.
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir
Oh,
Holm,
no.
the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Oh. Alors. Eh monsieur, nous n'avons pas eu l'occasion de discuter d'abord. Qu'est-ce qui vous amène? Une affaire réglée avec Lord Mortimer. Raison personnelle, tête de nœud. Mais je vous connais même pas, quoi. Pourquoi je t'en parlerai? T'as beau monsieur de me séduire avec tes qualités, ma chère. Ça ne marchera pas.
Your Eminence, with all due respect, I prefer to keep my reasons for coming here to myself.
Ah non, c'est lui,
I
pardon.
promise, it has nothing to do with the legendary party that you all appear to be preparing for.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the legendary parties organized by our host.
Vos arguments
Yeah,
sont puissants.
I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
Pas du tout. Ça m'est arrivé plein de fois.
And you, Duchess? You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment. Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming,
De
Duchess.
Richet.
A cardinal?
Richet bien
A
pensé.
duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
Flashback.
Mother? Oh shit.
What?
Your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it.
What the fuck, elle a le nez, l'œil.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Wow.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay.
C'est un petit truc là. Juste là.
Hugh.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes! I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
Oh. Oh, je les refoule. Tu te calmes là, qui tu me colles? On se connaît?
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going
Oh.
crazy or
yeah.
or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Oh. Oh, très joli une fois en game. Très joli. Très joli. L'eau est très bien faite. Sauf quand on regarde très loin. Moyen. La lune est dégueulasse. Les étoiles, bon, ça va. Le décor est beau. Les détails, ça va. Le feu, moyen. Bon, on va pas tout analyser, je déconne. Remonter vers le manoir. Ok, on peut courir. On peut pas s'accroupir ou autre. Bon, il n'y aura pas grand chose à faire d'autre hormis courir, je pense, et questionner. Ouais. Je suis à la moitié de mon stream, ouais.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Hein 20 ans que tu trouverais ça magnifique. Oh non, arrête de bailler. Pardon. Diplomate, briller en société, talent, essayer d'éviter les faux pas, imposer ses idées sans froisser, c'est un peu plus tard, politesse, son domaine de prédilection. Occultiste et maître des faux semblants. Convaincu de l'importance du savoir, il a accumulé de riches connaissances en sciences et en art. Utiliser les autres pour arriver à ses fins ne lui pose aucun problème. Détective. Le détective excelle en investigation. Il est entraîné à remarquer le moindre petit détail, tant dans l'environnement que chez interlocuteurs. Oh merde. Homme de terrain, il n'a pas peur des approches directes. Ah, il y a des compétences, attendez. Interrogatoire, vigilance, psychologie, agilité, logique. Manipulation, occultisme, éducation, science, subterfuge. Politique, étiquette, linguistique. Conviction et direction. Voilà. Déjà pas diplomate. Pas envie. Occultiste, ça a l'air sympa. La manipulation, et la science, c'est intéressant. Mais je pense qu'on est plutôt des détectives, nous. Résoudre les énigmes, inspecter, interroger les criminels, c'est plus notre truc. Carrément. À savoir que tu vas avoir toutes les compétences sauf au début. Ah d'accord, ok. Ouais, détective les gars. Détective, je crois. Ah, ok. Je ne vais pas arrêter de bailler. Vigilance, interrogatoire. Interrogatoire, on dirait un point américain le truc. Rapport de 1, 4 points restants, blablabla. Ecology. Ah, mais j'ai 3 points à mettre. Attendez. Ok, ok. Compétences non acquis, ouais. On voit. Hein? Non. J'ai déjà un point de manipulation gratos en fait. Et je peux le caler. Mort de rire. C'est bizarre. C'est bizarre. Mais s'il n'est pas activé, ça me fait pas gagner le pouvoir. Lilou. Ah oui, d'accord. Yes, voilà, c'est ça, ouais. Je me disais aussi. Oh. Lisez le comportement des gens comme un livre ouvert, les gens, c'est ce que je fais au quotidien. J'adore. Allez. C'est réglé. Validé. Détective débutant.
Well, Over the last few years, I've solved a number of crime cases. Like the chauffeur d'Angers.
Chauffeur
for example.
d'Angers.
Thieves that tortured their victims with burning embers.
Charming. How did you catch them?
I told the most cowardly one that the others had given him up.
Ah, and I wager your thief suddenly started to talk.
You wouldn't believe it. He told us everything. The jobs, the stashes, the names of his partners. Couldn't shut him up.
I heard about that case, but I didn't know you were the one who solved it.
I'm flattered that the news made it across the channel. And you've got a darn good memory, Duchess.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Pas du tout.
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London?
No. Sorry, I don't remember.
In the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Compétence vous permettent de découvrir les détails cachés, sélectionnés et cohérents. Avec la situation, hein. Opportunité ne consomme pas de points d'effort, il suffit de débloquer les compétences nécessaires pour situer pour y avoir accès. D'accord. Ah ah. Ah. Ah.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Ah. Ouais. Pourquoi c'était en rouge? Mais bon. Chaque adapté, l'île possède une personnalité propre, qui rend vulnérable à certaines compétences ou d'autres. Savoir exploiter cette personnalité est crucial pour mener à bien vos projets. Les similitudes rencontrées vous laisseront épuisés, tandis que les vulnérabilités exploitées vous rendront un point fort. Ok. Ok. Quoi, je me suis trompé.
Emily, please excuse my
On ne se
insisting,
trompe
but
jamais
you
ici, les loups.
still haven't
Jamais.
answered about my
On
mother.
est inspecteur.
Do you know her?
Rio.
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Ah ouais, carrément. Les talents. Ok. J'arrive plus à me retenir de bailler, genre. Book.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Le nom si français. De Richet. Vous êtes le fils de Sarah de Richet. Tâchez que nous faisons tout pour retrouver votre mère au plus vite. Que savez-vous de mère?
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Compétence vous donne accès à des choix et actions uniques en échange de points d'effort. Plus le niveau de compétence est élevé, moins le coût en points d'effort est élevé. Ok. Alors, nous pensons que monsieur est venu ici. Ah, difficulté 0.
And did you find anything then?
We discovered a certain amount of damage, sir, on the wooden part of the wharf.
What type of damage?
Broken barrels, mainly. We'll do whatever is necessary to have them rapidly repaired. But quite frankly, I can't imagine what Sir's mother would have been doing with them.
What could Mother have been doing with barrels?
Nevertheless, our search of the wharf hasn't been entirely unsuccessful, though.
What do you mean?
We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials S.D.R. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the handkerchief. I'll personally show it to Lord Mortimer.
Well,
I've traveled hard for several days in order to get here.
Yes, but...
Invited by your master.
No, of course, but...
Because my mother went missing right under your nose.
Sir, please.
And having only just arrived, you refused to give me her personal belongings?
Of course not, sir. It was never my intention to contradict, sir. Here you are. I must return now. It is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Oh yeah. Appuyez pour déplacer plus vite. Ah d'accord. Ok, donc là... Mais attendez, j'ai vu un truc là. Il y a Shift aussi, les gens. Shift, ça marche bien aussi. On voit rien là, c'est très sombre. Ouvrir la guise, s'éloigner. On va l'ouvrir. On croche. Professionnel.
I'll never get it open bare-handed.
Ah, main nue. Difficulté 3, accrocher la serrure. Ok, ça va être compliqué. Ah.
A wooden floorboard. Judging by the splinters of the wood, this floorboard has been ripped up. Yet it was in decent condition. I wonder why someone ripped it up. What's the point of doing this? Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed.
Oh, déco. Étrange. Et là, elle est pas cassée.
Hey, there's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest.
3. Agité 1. Pourquoi l'arracher? Je peux pas la retirer normalement? Au lieu de l'arracher là? Examine.
Somebody replaced it recently. It looks like it's fixed pretty solidly in place. It's going to be tough to rip it out of here.
Ah. On tente.
There we go.
Et voilà.
Let's see what's
On
hidden
fait marcher les
inside.
bibis, nous.
There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time. And judging from what I can see,
It's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Le mal construit en cours de l'aventure, chaque début de cœur. Hein. Ouais, ok, c'est sélection. Pour les étapes.
Let's look inside the bag. A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder. An iron key completely rusted.
Ouais, c'est normal. Je tiens plus debout. Ah, il y a des icônes par contre que je vous cache, attendez. Là, voilà.
You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it. Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. This bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. What does all this mean?
Ouais, ça va être un peu ça. J'ai mis la poudre.
Bottom of the bag is covered in black
On va voir
powder.
les gens, on va tenir comme on peut, au mieux qu'on peut, et après s'il faut, on s'arrête quoi. Je vais pas me faire du mal non plus quoi.
Right. Just in case, I'll take it all. I'll give it back to Mother when I see her.
C'est peut-être une erreur parce qu'elle a laissé là pour plus tard.
Crying out
Ça pourrait
loud.
l'aider peut-être.
Why did you hide supplies in the middle of nowhere, Mother? I don't know what's going on here, but you obviously feel like you're in danger.
Ah, c'est un double tranchant là ce que je fais. Ma clé. Avec
There we are.
Gelée royale. Restaure 2 points d'effort. Pas emporter plus de 5, d'accord.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better. This looks like a pistol case.
Ah, j'ai des points d'effort pour des actions, d'accord.
I don't know
Je
if
suis
this has
limité.
anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does,
Je
at
suis
least
limité
now
en
you're
action.
armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
Bijou.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels.
Ouais, je sais, j'ai vu. Ouais. Tu es en train d'installer Warzone, KO. Mais tu vas péter un câble. Et Warzone, c'est l'autre bout du monde de Fortnite, hein, je te dis tout de suite. Tu vas pas te rendre compte de la différence de difficulté. Hein. C'est un jeu d'enfant, Fortnite, à comparer.
Uh-huh. What have we here?
Faut avoir des nerfs d'acier
Cannon
hein,
powder.
pour Warzone. Ah mince, science indisponible.
It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear Mother.
Fragment d'ambre. Ramassez en 4 pour augmenter vos points d'effort maximum, d'accord. Amber. Quand il te dit ça, quoi. Amber. D'accord. Ça va, c'est cool alors que. Bon. Ah, il y a encore des trucs.
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one's seen. Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Putain, mais on va tout interroger là, c'est chaud.
Some rope. Apparently no one's a lantern. Nothing
Bah
special.
ouais, c'est une lanterne quoi.
Let's see what's hidden inside. Ah, one of the letters is stamped with the seal of the Order. And I recognize your handwriting anywhere, Mother. But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Who are you writing to? I don't recognize the name. Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richet.
what is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You never talk to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does that name sound so familiar? I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me. So, let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of a wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested that she's having a fabulous time here. So odd. So very odd. And that's not even all I've noticed. But maybe I ought to move on to the manor now. They'll be waiting.
Merci, Kao.
At least I hope so.
Il dérouille, j'avoue.
Latin inscription. En nessis, mi fili quantilia produncia mundus vergatur.
J'ai plus d'énergie. Bon, j'aurais que je revienne parce que là, j'ai plus d'énergie.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Ah mon dieu, Kao, tu m'étonnes. Je vais essayer de faire ça, ouais, Lilou.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance.
Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Dans la confrontation, vous devez franchir les étapes et en vous montrant le plus convaincant possible. Les confrontations ont des conséquences sur la suite de l'histoire. N'hésitez donc pas à utiliser vos compétences. Ouais, si elle coûte pas des points d'énergie, ça va encore. Affiche d'interaction handicapant. Interlocuteur est convaincu, d'accord.
Thank you, my son.
Oh, maladresse
That in mind.
restante.
I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Ah non. C'est un peu violent quand même. Peu importe. Donnez-moi la lettre. Tête de nœud. Fiac. De mes deux. Non, c'est un peu violent. Peu importe. Je sais que j'en ai 3. C'est très bien. Ah, on n'est pas violents, les gens. Après, ça, c'est un mensonge. On le sait pas. On le sait pas du tout si elle est là depuis une semaine. C'est un mensonge. On n'est pas des menteurs, quand même. Ouais, après, ouais, c'est de la manipulation. On joue l'énigme. Ah, peut-être, une semaine, oui. Si, c'est un mensonge, avec pas là. Qu'est-ce qu'on en sait qu'elle est là depuis une semaine alors qu'elle est disparue depuis 2 semaines? On vient de nous le dire à l'entrée. Donc, n'importe quoi. Ah, elle est venue alors qu'elle avait disparu depuis 2 semaines. Non, c'est bizarre. Mais bon.
Listen, trust me, sir, and give me the letter. I'll take care of everything.
I appreciate your devotion, my son, but no thank you. Being hasty very rarely solves anything.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son, I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
C'est correct professionnel. Nous sommes pas du tout là doré. Non, c'est secret professionnel.
If you know my mother, you will understand that I cannot answer you, Your Eminence. I'm sorry, but...
Do not worry, my son. I perfectly understand, and I expected nothing less from you. Discretion and secrecy are both pillars of the organizations for which we work. You are the worthy son of Sarah.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Give it to you? Vous avez remarqué, genre, je pense que c'est du français, mais il essaie de le dire en anglais, on le sent son ton français, quoi. C'est énorme, j'adore, ils ont joué les accents ou un truc du genre, c'est très bien fait si c'est le cas tout le long, quoi. Ouais, je donnerai si je la retrouve. Vous pouvez compter sur moi. Allez, donne-la-moi.
Don't worry, Your Eminence. Your secret is safe with me. You know my mother's reputation. As her son, I will defend the de Richet's word with the same fervor.
Ah, I would expect nothing
Voilà.
less. Listen to me.
Puis de la lettre.
If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Confrontation, dernière étape. Pour la dernière étape, confrontation, vous devez convaincre votre interlocuteur avec une réponse positive. Si vous donnez une mauvaise réponse, cette étape se retapera jusqu'à que vous en donniez une bonne. Non mais sérieux. Alors ça, je trouve pas ça logique et pas bien du tout. On fait une fausse réponse, une mauvaise réponse. On choque la personne. Elle râle, ça change de situation. Eh ben tant pis. C'est avec. C'est tout, c'est comme ça. Il y a pas de... On va recommencer. Non, on va quand même jusqu'au bout, tant pis, c'est fait. Et ça, j'aime pas le principe de recommencer, jusqu'à que la personne, en fait, elle soit juste satisfaite, parce qu'on lui a donné que les réponses qui lui intéressaient. Ça, je trouve ça nul. Nul. Devant Dieu. Ouais, pas de souci.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good.
Good.
Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Richet. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
J'ai un indices sont cachés. Certains d'entre eux peuvent avoir un impact sur le déroulement du jeu, donc n'hésitez pas à explorer. Wow. Eh ben, ça c'est du monsieur. Vilain monsieur. Non, pas titre. Non, 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 pas téton. Pas téton ici. On n'a pas le droit à téton. Pas téton. Pas téton. Non, c'est bon. Non. Pas téton. Pas le droit. C'est interdit, téton.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Ah, je le taxe carrément. Ah ouais, je suis comme ça, moi. On vole les affaires, direct. Eh ben.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away
Vous
from
trouvez que la luminosité est trop faible, les gens?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Dites-moi.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr.
George.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richer. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Pourquoi? Non, 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 c'est top secret, monsieur.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat. Very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Oh, c'est beaucoup plus intéressant de trouver l'info sur cette tête de nœud là. Après c'est George Washington quoi. Ça donne envie de rester. Ah.
My vision is more important.
C'est clair.
Let's follow home.
I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Holm. I shall see you later.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale.
C'est normal.
Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you. Would you have any information about the disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer. Then one fine day, we couldn't find her anywhere.
That's it?
As I said, I don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am convinced that as soon as Lord Mortimer becomes available, he will explain the situation.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Holm. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. What with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Do you know the reason for my mother's presence here?
I haven't the slightest idea, no. She was invited by Lord Mortimer.
But you don't know why.
Not really. I was given to understand that your mother was looking for something.
And do you know how long my mother and Lord Mortimer have known each other?
Several years, I believe. They seemed to know each other for quite a while. But it was the first time that Lord Mortimer had invited her to join us here.
Good. And finally, would it be possible for me to speak with Lord Mortimer this evening?
I'm terribly sorry, no, he really is quite unavailable. But please rest assured that everyone is doing their best to find your mother.
All the same, it's not the Chateau de Versailles. It can't be that difficult to find her.
Worry not, my son. I am persuaded that we shall find the famous Sarah de Riche. No doubt with new adventures to share, huh?
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm
je suis pas
used to this
doc,
kind of
mais
thing.
je tente.
Thank you, Mr. Dichet.
Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Pas de science, rien, observé.
Her breathing is becoming stable and her heart rate too. Pale complexion, thin, broken nails, an enormous scar on her temple, tattoos on her hands. I don't know what happened to you, Missy, but it looks like you've been through hell. Can you tell me something about her? Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. Sea air can do wonders. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing. She's just regained consciousness and she immediately reaches for her brooch? I don't know exactly what it means to her, but obviously it's got to be something important.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me. I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead.
You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
Insegni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Ah, je fronce les sourcils, il y a un problème.
Oh, it's naughty to tell lies. Bet my life that you were talking about something totally different from the decoration of the manor. But to find out what, I should have stayed with them. Too bad.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
So, Who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Ah, il était choqué.
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Wow, c'est passé vite.
Washington looks surprised, but Home doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man. It's
La chambre est la chambre 43.
Right.
Si tu veux
Where is
passer.
my room?
J'ai aussi loué la 69.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Ok.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Ah, je peux pas la rejoindre. Elle veut pas. Des coquineries ou des friandises? Bon, tant pis, elle dort.
Duke
Bah,
Manuel
lui je l'aime pas.
Godoy.
Ciao. Pas téton. Pas téton. Pas téton. Pas téton. C'est bien, pas téton.
Huh, that's me.
Oh, c'est me.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Oh, rien.
Okay, let's see what it contains. Too bad for Piaggi.
Non, c'est juste pour le week-end, cette chambre-là.
It really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to Mother soon.
Oh my god, les photos.
Wow! Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Oh la vache, il mord des trucs qu'il faut pas regarder. Je veux pas. C'était flippant.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy. Before superior voices, Saturn devouring his son. Again, Saint Jerome and the angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Ah, bah, j'ai rien raté. Pas mal, pas mal. Après, les gens, c'était le didacticiel, c'est la première partie, c'est normal hein, que ça soit tranquillou au début. Mais je pense que les situations vont s'aggraver au fur et à mesure que le jeu avance. Oh my god. Et donc, on a gagné un level et il y en a 4 points. Ok. Donc, je peux continuer d'investir, machin, tout ça. Et réduit de 3. 11 points achat. Ah ouais, pour le niveau 3, il faut 11 points. Compétence gratuite. Et j'ai gagné des compétences. Hein. D'accord. Ah, la science, c'est tellement important. Ah, j'ai envie de faire science. Non, je vais faire agilité. Non, je vais faire science. Et agilité plus tard. Cette page vous permet de choisir la lecture en cours de l'histoire, machin, tout ça. L'esprit à équiper. Ah, et c'est que un seul à la fois, d'accord, ok, j'ai pas de points. Ah, j'ai vu, Lilo. La description, ça va, est plutôt correcte, c'est assez compréhensible. Après, ouais, science, conviction, psychologie. Moi qui voulais rajouter encore plus de science, je me dis que peut-être, voilà quoi. Au moins, si bien, il sera gratuit. Ça pourrait être pas mal. Wow. Pour le moment, m'en fous.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of Durocher's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
Eh ben...
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Oh. Et après, il est allé voir. Oh. Il en fout partout à chaque fois. Oh, la manche. Oh non. Mais non. C'est dégueulasse. Ta manche ne sert pas à ça. Et il le cache sous son manteau. Oui, bah j'arrive, tu vas attendre, je te le dis tout de suite.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us.
Ah.
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying incredulity of St. Thomas? Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests.
Very jolly.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
Yes.
I was sleeping.
Bien sûr, tu me déranges là. Tu veux quoi, toi?
I need your help.
What's going on?
Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
J'ai pas eu le temps.
No. What's her name again?
Elizabeth Adams. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so.
C'est moi l'inspecteur.
Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Non, 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 non. Ah. Ah, on s'en fout, elle a des soucis, je suis d'accord, elle est censée être morte, mais après, ça n'a aucun rapport avec mon taf, là. Mon enquête, c'était pas ça, quoi. Ah là 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 là. C'est intriguant, je suis d'accord, mais... ça me mène sur totalement autre chose, là. Et en plus, si je l'aide, le mec, je vais être son complice. Il va entrer par effraction dans un bureau pour fouiller. S'il se fait choper, je suis le complice. Et si j'aide George Washington à voler des affaires et à fouiller chez les autres. Oh non, 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 non.
Sir, I don't feel well. I'm going to have to decline.
I see. Well, I hope you won't be needing my help.
Non, merci.
I must act swiftly. I'll search my room later.
Voilà, en quête de la vérité. C'est ça qu'on veut. Waouh, waouh, waouh. Oh, les péteux.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Ah.
Louis, you're straying from your
Ah,
objective.
c'est pas par là, pardon. J'espère que vous appréciez la musique.
I recognize this part of the corridor. I'm close.
Il y a plusieurs chemins pour atteindre votre vie. Peut-être bon de réfléchir avant de vous engager sur la première voie que vous trouverez. Ah. 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 Ah.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
J'ai envie de voir ma copine.
Locked. The servants change the beds every day. There must be a service key somewhere.
Madame, non. Ok. On va la laisser tranquille, hein, la Dudu, là. Non, elle a refusé. Elle m'a blackboulé.
Chinese coin. Recognizable by the hole in the middle.
Oh, mais on a une carte. Voilà quelque chose de bien. Richet. De Richer. Ça, c'est nous. Donc, j'ai fait ce trajet-là, ok. Ça, c'est bien. C'est très, très bien. Waouh, tous les étages. Ok. Oh, très jolie la photo, là, comme ça. Adam Elisabeth. De Richer. Hall. Bonaparte. Oh, mais c'est Napoléon. C'est Napoléon, j'avais même pas calculé. Piaggi. Darice. Oh my god, Washington George. Et les serviteurs. Ok, incroyable. Mes talents de personnage, machin. Mon inventaire. On a les clés, on a les lettres, on a des mouchoirs. On a l'invitation. Les talents, les traits en fonction de ce qu'on fait. Oh là 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 là.
If I remember rightly, that's called a cache.
Il y a beaucoup de choses, hein.
Good evening, sir. I'm sorry, but an important meeting is underway. My instructions are to let no one pass.
Je t'ai rien demandé. Tête de nœud.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Tâchons d'éloigner. Je vais jouer le messager.
I have an urgent letter to send.
My instructions are clear, sir. No one is to enter.
Does the word urgent mean nothing to you?
Yes, but the word liar also means something.
That won't work, Louis.
Ok.
Whose room is this?
A guest.
Apparently a French soldier. All right.
Perhaps I should change my approach.
Alors que je viens de lui dire que j'avais une lettre urgente à lui livrer, je demande après qui c'est qui est dedans. Nawak.
Listen, I'm an insomniac and Sir Holm told me that you could go to the kitchen and make me a cup of herbal tea.
And what is in this herbal tea, sir?
Holm gave Washington a recipe for a sleeping draught. What was it again?
Oh mon dieu. Alors c'était ça. Menthe, Povertiol et Valériane. Concentre-toi. Ah, ça coûte les 3 points, ah non. Non, c'est ça.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian.
Yes, it's herbal tea. I'll go and make it for you at once, sir.
I'll wait for you in my room.
Nice.
I need to find a place to watch undisturbed.
Wow. Whoa.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in
On
handy.
vole. Oh là. Passez temporairement les immunités vulnérables, affectant les choix de dialogue lors des conversations. Vous ne pouvez pas emporter plus de 5. Ok. Vite sur le bureau.
Ah, this window opens onto the balcony.
Ok. Non, non, bah j'ai pas... Non, non, mais non. J'ai pas fini moi. Pièce de l'eau concentrée. Ok.
Carmelite water. They say that, my dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding.
Ok.
It's a beautiful weapon. A Levy Damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
I can't hear anything here. I've got to find
Ouais,
another
par la
spot.
fenêtre, évidemment.
The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great attacked.
Cash.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success.
Taillons-nous.
Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room?
Ah, this window opens onto the balcony. Okay, so that means the other room must be on my right.
Sir, I understand your eagerness, but the pressure on my family complicates the task.
Relax, my friend. Your relatives will soon be safe.
So what I saw in my vision really did happen. Well, I hope I haven't missed anything important.
I thank you so much.
Don't mention it. Now that's settled, let us speak about your support.
Yes. You mentioned earlier some assistance from the Golden Order?
Absolutely. I have concluded an agreement with their leader, Lady Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Another case that Mother didn't tell me about.
The funds from the order will finance the building of a foundry in Tuscany. You will soon be able to count on 100 or more cannons for your future campaigns.
I was not expecting so much help from you. When can I meet this de Richet?
Well, unfortunately, something has cropped up. De Richet has disappeared.
Disappeared? What? Here?
Yes, but the staff are redoubling efforts to find her, I assure you.
So the agreement, is it on or off?
It is on. Her right-hand man has just arrived here to help us find her. And it is none other than her son, Louis Maurice de Richet. I wager he will ensure his mother's commitments are met.
Louis. Not an easy name to live with in these times.
Of course. But from now on, you will deal with him.
This man, it can only be Mortimer.
Very well. I will seek him out.
Oh, merde.
Merde.
Ah bah il vient de le dire, tu vois. Cours. Fais quelque chose. Une roulade, mets-toi en invisible. Ninja. Technique de ninja.
That was a close call.
Ninja.
When you see Louis, speak to him about the amount of our agreement.
And how much exactly are we talking about?
20,000 Louis d'or. A sum that will enable you to easily win your next conquests. My friend, an unparalleled destiny awaits you in France.
That is very flattering. However, is 20,000 louis d'or enough to purchase so many cannons?
In this case, yes. Madame de Richet and I have negotiated a very good price.
Very well. You can count on me to talk with her son.
Perfect. Remember that great things can be achieved with him on your side.
Of course. Anything else?
Not for now. Try to get some rest. The next few days are likely to be tiring.
Then, sir, I bid you a good evening.
Good evening, my friend.
It's time to leave.
Time to go. Oh. Oh.
Louis?
Emily? I can explain.
Perhaps, but remains.
Oh. Décompensé. Et introduisant vos amis de défaut. Que vous avez en compétence augmente. J'ai un élixir d'or pour vous soigner.
Still.
But first, you could perhaps remove the blade from my throat?
You have 10 seconds to explain your presence here.
10 secondes. Ok. Je vais me soigner? Je peux pas? Ok. Avec +1, ça marche pas. Ok. Ok, bah j'ai pas assez du tout en fait. 3. Non, on peut pas.
If you value your life, I suggest you start talking. What are you doing in my room?
Ah. Les apparences sont trompeuses. Non, on va faire ça.
First of all, let's keep calm. My being here is just a coincidence. Anyway, I seriously doubt what I'm doing in your room is really the question that interests you. Now, is it?
Clever boy. So answer the question that does interest me. What were you really doing on the balcony?
Ah. Allez.
Seeing the window open, I feared someone had entered your room. With what I'd heard next door, I'd every reason to believe that your life was in danger.
I am a grown woman, but how kind of you to worry about me. Now that I'm safe and sound, tell me more. Has this anything to do with the Order? Oh, yes. Washington informed me you were part of the Order.
You too? You're part of this too?
Yes. Now answer. Do these events concern me? Do they involve the Golden Order?
Oh. Oh. Je garderai le silence.
Your silence bores me, Louis.
In that case, I will say no more.
You have been a great disappointment to me. Please leave now.
Secret défense. Je suis un professionnel. Oh, c'est nul si je dois recommencer. Ah, non, c'est bon, je suis bien sorti. Ah. Mais alors, je sais ce que je veux. Rien à te donner, toi, je te dois rien du tout. Non, mais l'autre.
Ce Jacques
Perru. Perru.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Petit élixir d'or.
Golden elixir.
On loot. C'est Boca.
Quorum guide.
On prend les cadeaux, hein. Ah.
That's not the right way.
Ça va. Ça va. Et si je vais par là? Ça t'embête? Ouais, on peut pas. Allez, on va se coucher. Et durant la nuit, la duchesse, elle va venir s'énerver et se venger, peut-être. Peut-être qu'on se réveillera avec un couteau dans la gorge. C'est des choses qui arrivent, hein. Attends. Non. Ah, j'ai pas eu le temps de looter.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Ah. Pipote-le. Je peux même pas le pipoter.
Here it is.
You opened it!
Don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
You gave me your word, before God!
I can assure you that my mother and I share everything.
That's enough! Your word is worthless. I give your mother this letter myself.
Oh, shit. Oh. Shit. Bon, on va se coucher, hein.
I'm exhausted. I better go to
C'est
bed.
exactement ce que je suis en train de me dire.
I'll search my room tomorrow. If
Je
Mother
tiens
stayed
plus
here
debout,
right
là.
before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Voilà. Oh, téton. Raté. Ouais, ben, va pas se la péter avec moi. Pas grave. Ça passe. Oh. Linguistique. Bien ça. Ah, la diversion. L'étiquette. L'agilité. Science. Ah, ça donne un point comme ça. D'accord. Je viens de comprendre. Donc si j'en mets un dans l'agilité en mettant 3, j'aurai le 4e. Ok, j'ai compris. J'ai un bouquin qui... je peux pas voir les bouquins là. Ah si. Science. Ah ouais, pas mal. Manipulation. Ouais, c'est pas mal ça. Après, je pourrais rebuild de toute façon, les gens.
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Ah, ah j'ai droit à un truc, ok. Ouais, ça... Ah, ouais, mais c'est d'accord, c'est la fin de la quête là. Ah, ça, Luffy, beaucoup, ouais. Je pense qu'on s'arrête là, déjà. On a fait 2 épisodes là, déjà. On garde la suite pour une autre fois. En plus de ça, je suis mort, les gens. Je suis KO. Je tiens plus debout. Ah, j'ai les yeux qui se ferment tout seuls. Je viendrai pas pour les 30 heures ou plus, quoi. Je peux même pas faire échappe. Comment ça se fait, là? Je peux même pas faire échappe. Ah. Voilà. Bon. On en est là. On a fait 2 épisodes. Oh, il monte les tétons, là. Ça suffit. Et oh là là. Et on regardera ce que ça donne sur les prochaines fois. Regardez-moi cette belle pote. Non, il y a que des trucs horribles en fait. Voilà, comme ça. Sur les prochaines fois, le game. Qui donne. Reprends, tu quittes. Ah, d'accord. Les gens... Attendez. Ah, j'arrête de bailler déjà. Et on s'arrête là donc, comme je disais pour les épisodes, on a fait 2 passages, on va faire tout doucement. On va faire ça en plusieurs petits lives. On se rejoint donc, comme d'habitude, à nos grandes habitudes, mardi soir, mercredi soir et vendredi soir. On va avancer concile au maximum là-dessus. Et on fera les épisodes. Et les épisodes ont l'air d'être assez rapides. Donc en soi, franchement, je pense qu'on va pouvoir enchaîner. Et le reste du temps, après, on a nos autres lives et vidéos, de toute façon. Je dis au revoir à YouTube. Attendez. YouTube, merci, des bisous. On n'hésite pas à rejoindre sur Twitch. On follow, on s'abonne, on pouce bleu. Et on se dit à bientôt. Bye bye.